It is the mark of an educated mind to be able to entertain a thought without accepting it. What is a friend? A single soul dwelling in two bodies. Educating the mind without educating the heart is no education at all. Hope is a waking dream. No great mind has ever existed without a touch of madness. Wishing to be friends is quick work, but friendship is a slow ripening fruit. Happiness is the meaning and the purpose of life, the whole aim and end of human existence. Those who educate children well are more to be honored than they who produce them, for these only gave them life. Those the art of living well. Patience is bitter, but its fruit is sweet. He who has overcome his fears will truly be free. Those who know, do. Those that understand, teach. The educated differ from the uneducated as much as the living differ from the dead. Whosoever is delighted in solitude is either a wild beast or a god. I count him braver who overcomes his desires than him who conquers his enemies, for the hardest victory is over self. The aim of art is to represent not the outward appearance of things, but their inward significance. It is not enough to win a war. It is more important to organize the peace. The antidote for 50 enemies is one friend. Pleasure in the job puts perfection in the work. The high-minded man must care more for the truth than for what people think. One swallow does not make a summer, neither does one fine day. Similarly, one day or brief time of happiness does not make a person entirely happy. To write well, express yourself like the common people, but think like a wise man. You will never do anything in this world without courage. It is the greatest quality of the mind next to honor. Happiness depends upon ourselves. Love is composed of a single soul inhabiting two bodies. In all things of nature there is something of the marvelous. Philosophy can make people sick. Youth is easily deceived because it is quick to hope. The law is reason free from passion. Comedy aims at representing men as worse, tragedy as better than in actual life. Courage is the first of human qualities because it is the quality which guarantees the others. He is his own best friend and takes delight in privacy, whereas the man of no virtue or ability is his own worst enemy and is afraid of solitude. The roots of education are bitter, but the fruit is sweet. Mothers are fonder than fathers of their children, because they are more certain they are their own. Anyone who has no need of anybody but himself is either a beast or a god. Freedom is obedience to self-formulated rules. He who is to be a good ruler must have first been ruled. All earthquakes and disasters are warnings. There's too much corruption in the world. Educating the mind without educating the heart is no education at all. Poetry is finer and more philosophical than history, for poetry expresses the universal, and history only the particular. The aim of the wise is not to secure pleasure, but to avoid pain. Time crumbles things, everything grows old under the power of time and is forgotten through the lapse of time. Memory is the scribe of the soul. Give me a child until he is 7 and I will show you the man. It is of the nature of desire not to be satisfied, and most men live only for the gratification of it. Whatever lies within our power to do lies also within our power not to do. We must be neither cowardly nor rash but courageous. If things do not turn out as we wish, we should wish for them as they turn out. Happiness belongs to the self-sufficient. The soul never thinks without a mental picture. The whole is greater than the sum of its parts. For the things we have to learn before we can do them, we learn by doing them. I have gained this by philosophy. I do without being ordered what some are constrained to do by their fear of the law. All human actions have one or more of these 7 causes: chance, nature, compulsion, habit, reason, passion, and desire. Without friends, no one would want to live, even if he had all other goods. Dignity does not consist in possessing honors, but in the consciousness that we deserve them. Wise men speak when they have something to say. Fools speak because they have to say something. Where your talents and the needs of the world cross, there lies your vocation. Learning is an ornament in prosperity, a refuge in adversity, and a provision in old age. All persons ought to endeavor to follow what is right, and not what is established. Character may almost be called the most effective means of persuasion. The only stable state is the one in which all men are equal before the law,